There we go.
Let's go.
I don't want to say we're back. I always say we're back.
But we're back.
We're back.
In a different space.
Yeah, welcome back to the Daily Traders. This is episode number 17.
18.
Oh my God, it's 18. Wow, we're flying. Okay.
Media's shaking his head in the back.
I'm your host, Mark, and this is my co-host, Jack.
What's up, everyone?
Okay,
welcome.
What's up with the orange walls?
I don't know. What's up with the windows that are higher up?
We are live from Jack's office.
We are.
Yeah.
Jack's new office.
Personal private office. Thank God.
Yeah, so we just moved into our new office that we've been talking about, and we're still renovating it. And so there's a very temporary setup. You're only going to see this setup this week, more than likely, while we're building out the actual podcast setup.
Yeah, now we actually have a dedicated podcast studio. So not just a setup in front of my monitors like you're seeing now. So we're really excited. It'll make it easier to actually have guests on in person, which is our ultimate goal with this whole podcast thing. But hey, why don't we preface kind of like what we've been going through, how we had to literally pack up the office in a day, and then how you and I have kind of switched careers a little bit into interior designers.
Yeah, so we let's just say it's hard to work with contractors and realtors, and it's just been a whole nightmare trying to deal with this whole moving office situation and not knowing if we're going to make it in here until the last minute. And luckily, like a lot of this stuff, I don't deal with most of it. My assistant does, Cody, and he's talked about it on past episodes. We ended up getting in this space. We had one day to get out of our previous office.
Yep.
Moved out in a day. Thank you to Media for like literally staying up.
Yeah, Media and Cody grinded.
Cody and I moved out 93% of the old office.
You get 7%.
I was probably 6%. I think you helped like
1%.
Mark,
yeah, I think you.
I was busy. I was doing stuff.
Mark unplugged the Wi-Fi a day too
a
soon.
day early, which kind of screwed us over.
Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, us moving out, that was just like terrible planning. Like we should have started packing up that Monday, but instead we like, I don't know, kind of put it off. And
Well,
then,
we were filming content.
yeah, we were busy filming content.
We were
but
working on this coaching program.
Exactly.
Do we want to talk about the name of it?
Yeah, we finally came up with a name after all of this. Oh shoot, we gotta create a name talk.
Yeah.
Let's do that tomorrow. We finally created a name months later. I think it's appropriate that you drop the name.
Well, let's talk about what it is real quick for those who might not know.
Okay.
Elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch.
Putting you on the spot.
Okay, so what we've noticed is that there's a ginormous gap in terms of what is out there of education. As a trader and being involved in this industry, it is extremely difficult. And there is so much misinformation out there along with correct information, and sorting through it is an absolute nightmare. And who do you even trust, right? And there's just all this free information you can get on YouTube, mediocre information, and good information you can find in trading courses, but there's nothing out there that is extremely spectacular like what we are doing. And what we are doing is we are working with the most experienced traders in the world, guys who have been on Wall Street for 45 plus years, guys who are partners at leading proprietary firms. We're bringing these guys together and we're creating this pretty much ultimate community of traders and experience where it will all be organized, video format, interpersonal. And it's just, it is pretty much what our goal is, like to take you and make you into a professional trader. Because this is really all that you need.
And we are calling it the Rumford Group. Boom.
Why?
Amazing.
Why?
Well, so the Rumford Capital Group is my company that owns the Daily Traders.
Yep.
Rumford is this small town in the middle of nowhere. And I think the meaning behind the name is that you can be from nowhere. You can, just come out of the woods, if you will.
Come from nothing. No connections.
And you can be successful.
And that's the beauty of trading. You don't need connections. You don't need a ton of money to start, right? It's anybody can really start trading with a computer, Wi-Fi, and a little bit of capital. You can make working a minimum wage job.
Yeah, the barrier to entry is very low. Connections are one thing that you don't need, but what we're doing now, we're using our community, our following, to reach out to these traders, which we already have, these veteran traders, I guess we could call them, right?
Yeah. And these guys are brilliant. Like, just talking to them, we are professional traders. We trade for a living. We make money trading. We're obviously, we've kind of beat that the percentage that's against you as a trader, or the odds that are against you as a trader. And even talking to these guys, I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
It's just the information that these knowledge that these guys possess is nowhere. Like, you've been trading for 4+ years, obviously, compared to these guys who've been trading 40+ years, 10 times as much as you. Have you ever stumbled across the information? Or maybe you have, but not to this extent.
Well, yeah, I think anyone can learn how to trade, but you really have to be dedicated and willing to put in the time, very driven. And the learning curve is exponential for those like who just want to start out with no mentor or classes or anything.
Totally.
Anyone can learn, okay? But what we're currently doing is within the mentorship group, I'm actually teaching, students my strategy, how I'm profitable as a trader in the market, showing and demonstrating that I am on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, right? Because I swing trade. But we're putting all these traders into this collective together as a whole, making sure that every single gap is filled, and we're expediting that learning curve exponentially.
Exactly, and that's super important. So, hey, I think that was enough. Obviously, you guys are going to be hearing more and more about this as we get further along with it. Hopefully, we'll see it January 1st, and that'll be exclusive to the mentorship group. And then hopefully someday it'll be our main offer. But for now, right now, if you want early access to this, go check us out. I'll put the link in the description. But anyways, hey, let's talk about our interior design venture, because we moved in this office and we're actually going to Montauk. We rented a pretty cool pad down in Montauk.
We
just
did.
for some fun, to relax. It's been, we've been busy. Maybe we're meeting some guys down there in Wall Street. Hopefully we'll visit the New York Stock Exchange, maybe do some interviews down there. But so pretty much we're like, okay, we want to go to Montauk, come back, and we want the office to be ready. We want it to be on go mode, shooting content, comfortable, conference room, break room. Everyone's office is looking nice. And interior, so we're going to, all right, we'll hire an interior designer. We're normally professional with getting stuff done like this. But they're all, the earliest we could get one was a week out. To just to come in and look at it, right? And do their measurements and do their drawings, whatnot. So we took it into our own hands, and we go to the local big box furniture store and just went ham.
We went ham.
Yeah.
And I think, everyone, if you go to the YouTube channel, we post a video every week. There will be like a full office reveal tour video coming. And I think the furniture's not here yet. I think it's going to look great.
We should have made a vlog. Why didn't I get to go and vlog Jack laying in?
That would have been. That actually would have been funny.
We should have,
because what happened was Cody and I later on went to a furniture store to get me a futon, which is now in my office.
Yes, it is.
And all we could imagine walking in there was, oh my God, Mark and Jack was just laid around in everything like all day long.
That is a missed opportunity, honestly. That was like a really...
That would have been a good vlog. And then to watch you guys spend like $4 or $5K on furniture.
We spent more than that.
Yeah, we spent a little more
Well, we ended up ordering, honestly, more than half of everything online.
Yeah, because what happens, we go in the furniture store and it's all like homey stuff.
It's kind of a homey
and like all
store.
like there was definitely a good amount of stuff that we wanted, but it was all a month out. We needed like this week. So online shopping, we came back here and then we just went full. How would you put it? Online shopping mode.
Yeah, doing what I do best, spending money.
Yeah.
So this office is it's like 3,000 square feet. It was a lot to furnish. It is going to be a lot to move everything in, set it up. You have your own office. Our media producer has his own office.
About goddamn time.
Yep. And my executive assistant has his own office. I have my own office. We have a dedicated podcast studio. We have a conference room. We have a break room. We have like a kitchen. And then we have like a secretary like in the front, a separate room where you come in and it's like it's a legit office.
This office is totally a step up from where we last were. And we've been making these metaphorical references to this is season 2 of the company, because it's it's season 1 was you starting this thing in your mom's basement and then growing in LA. It's
been a long season
and
2.
Then, but now
season 1. It's been
but now it's like season 2. We got the whole team. Everyone's extremely committed to this. The Rumford group is kind of like the next step in the company. And we have a new office, which is awesome. It just feels good to be here. And it's like one really funny thing is a senator's office. So it's like a wealth management fund is across from us, and then a senator's office is on the other side. So we got
a bunch of 20-year-olds next to a senator.
yeah, and then a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Crazy.
We need to be on our best behavior.
Yes, we do.
I know, but I find that's an issue a lot with our age. Like age discrimination is totally a real thing in this industry.
Yeah, it is.
People aren't really apt to take us seriously. They see a bunch of 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, these guys aren't, my kids are 18 and they're in college and I need to pay for their groceries. Like, how are these kids renting a office in one of the biggest office buildings in my city, making ends meet? Like, so
I've had some good interactions so far, actually, with people here. Like, because they're very curious, like whether they saw the ping pong table or whatever. They're like, wow, like, these guys must be cool. No, and I talked to somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, like I edit full time. Like we do educational stock market videos. She's like, wow, like yeah, like your generation's like really good at that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like we actually are.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I felt like I should mention that.
Yeah, the younger generation, no one's reading books. Everything's transitioning to online videos, education. Maybe schools one day will all be online. Who knows? And so we're at the forefront kind of this space in the trading industry, at least, with educating people.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm extremely excited. Hey, I think we've kind of been talking about what's going on in our lives for a little bit, but our media, I believe you put this in, inflation leaves 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. What? That's insane.
Yeah.
60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I've never lived paycheck to paycheck because I went from my mom's to college to making money trading and living in this office. But have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck?
Not really. No, I wouldn't say I have. I mean, I did, smaller stuff when I was younger.
Yeah, but you were living at your mom's, and
yeah, I never have.
I feel like this may be, a little controversial of opinion, but living paycheck to paycheck, obviously does have to, if you're making $30,000 a year, it will definitely be difficult to live a comfortable life. But it also plays a lot into your own personal money management, financial management skills, and budgeting, watching your spending. And then the article even goes even further, and then it says even high income earners are feeling the strain. The report found that 45% of those making over six figures are living to paycheck.
That's
and
crazy.
last year was 38%. Now, if you're making over six figures, that's roughly $1,900 a week. You have poor money management skills. I'm sorry. That, if you're making $100,000 a year and you're living paycheck to paycheck, that is honestly your fault. I think a lot of people need to, because in order to move forward in life, right, you need to be able to save money and invest in some certain way, whether it's a business, securities, some type of passive income, Roth IRA, 401ks. You need to be saving the money. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, saving $0, not only is that stressful, but now you're not able to actually improve your life. Right.
Yeah.
Down the road.
I think the problem is people are over leveraging themselves on loans and car payments and house payments. And we were talking about this, like if you want to get a car loan, like you were saying.
I won't let a car loan exceed what I make in one day for a month on a business day. So whatever I make on average every 5 days a week, I won't spend more than that once a month on a car payment. Do you have any personal finance? And the same thing with rent. My rent won't be over a quarter of my month's salary.
I think I don't know if there's there's definitely rules that you can follow with exact percentages.
Totally.
Save 30%, blah, blah, blah. I've heard a lot of that. I never followed I never budgeted.
Yeah.
And I had those incremental leaps of, not wealth, but, income, making money. And I remember when it was a struggle, it was like, oh my God, gas, $50, that's a lot. Eating out, that's a lot. And that was one thing. But getting into the real world, when I moved to LA, I was kind of just spending whatever money I wanted. And I've always, I told myself, I wanted the luxury to do that. And I'd just work harder to make sure I could.
Yeah, I think it just more plays into, knowing yourself as a person. If you realize, I'm overextending myself, fix that. And there's plenty of ways to do that. I have my own personal spreadsheet where I put down how much I make on average, and then how much I'm spending, and how much I need to save a month in order to reach my certain goals. So I guess it all plays into that.
You are budgeting. That's good. That's good. I think everyone should. Well, as I say, I everyone should, unless you're making a lot where you don't really have to care about it.
Totally. Well,
I heard Mark Cuban saying, he said the worst thing to do when you're starting a business is to take out a loan. Yeah. And
Really?
because, well, think about it. Most businesses fail. Most businesses fail. The one thing that's guaranteed is you're going to have to pay back the loan.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you think that you need a loan to start a business, you're wrong. Okay.
Give away equity.
You could give away equity, but it's more than that. It's like most businesses you could start without much capital.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start from the ground up and you could incrementally increase, hiring people. Like you'll get there. Like we've started hiring more people, but it's a step-by-step process. You don't want to overextend yourself in the beginning. That's a huge risk to take when you're already doing something that's extremely risky. And so you're just going to end up, driving yourself into the ground, ending up having a huge loan and no way to pay for it, which I agree. I don't think it's a good idea to take out a loan to start a business. I really don't. When I thought about it, because it does make sense. It's like there is just and I love taking risks. Like that's part of life. That's, I'm all about that. But I think generally for the majority of the population, it's not a smart financial decision. Because I know I started this company fully self-funded. I'm still self-funding everything by myself. So I'm just saying it's possible to do it by yourself.
Obviously it also depends on the nature of the business. For example, real estate, which is a hard asset, you have some type of collateral in the form of equity and a down payment.
Yeah, if you start a real estate company, I'm talking about smaller companies. Like you want to open up a store or like a bakery or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky. We never really talk much about the actual operations of business management that you because obviously we talk a lot about stocks, finance, investments, but not really other types of businesses. Are you interested in any types of other businesses that you want to, because right now for you, it's like full force on this trading group, what we're doing.
Yeah, right now I don't have any time. But something, in the future, I definitely will have other companies. That's like no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
I think people spread themselves too thin in the sense like I've seen a bunch of influencers start, merch line, drink company, the various different things. It's like, I think you should just find one thing and focus all your attention on it, really get it dialed in, and then you can find something else.
Yeah.
And no one should rely on one source of income. You want to have multiple sources of income. But you need to have a main source of income that can generate enough to support your other ventures as you go out. But I think everyone tries to go in too fast and start too many different things that you just can't focus all your attention on one thing. And so you're going to end up doing 5 things really or 2-3 things really instead of creating this monster that you could have if you had focused on that one thing.
Totally. I was actually thinking about this the other day and kind of like why I decided to drop out of college and work with the daily traders and take on trading full time. And I was thinking, if you would never forgive yourself for letting up an opportunity, then you should take it. Like think of yourself 2 years later, if you would still be shooting yourself in the foot for not taking that opportunity as an investment, then and like what it could have been, then you have to take it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind of like, I'm sure someone has said that before, but that was, I made it up in my own mind before.
Yeah.
Kind of like a way to reason like how to make big decisions in your life.
I think it's definitely hard because everyone's going to get opportunities and opportunities are constantly flowing my way for different things. And, there's like the smaller things like people reaching out like, oh, I have this, like Instagram DMs or emails like, oh, I could help you with this or, check this out. And it's like, you kind of have to block that out. You have to sort through what's worth spending your time on, but it takes a lot of discipline to not go for certain opportunities.
Yeah.
You have to really have faith and trust in what you're working on. Otherwise, you're just going to get drawn astray and you're going to get distracted and, you're going to essentially, you're not going to get to where you want to be with whatever you're focused on.
Totally.
Like there's definitely opportunities I could go after right now, but I know my attention's going to be taken away and this is where I want my attention. But eventually, like I want to start a hedge fund, and manage other people's money, and that's down the road. And I know building blocks up to that is where I'm going, essentially.
1000%. Hey, do you want to take a quick break?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right, sweet.
All right, we want to thank today's sponsor of this episode.
Yes, we do.
TheDailyTraders.com is the sponsor of today's episode.
Huge.
If you want to learn how to trade and invest in the stock market, click the first link in the description. We'll put a discount code, podcast99 to get 100% off. Makes sense. right?
100% off?
Oh, no, I'd take that back. To get $100 off.
That'd be a killer deal, man. I
And
might
you'll
have
be able
hop
to
on that.
see when I enter and exit trades live in the stock market.
That's sick.
Pretty awesome, right?
All right, anyways,
It's great.
back to the show.
We were talking about how the company is growing and it is expanding. Obviously, we have the new office. We have a new guy, too.
Yeah, social
hired
media
someone
manager.
else.
Oh,
Yes.
a good friend of mine, actually.
Yep.
Pretty cool to bring friends on board.
Yeah, we brought on a social media manager who also was like a second assistant to me as well.
Yeah, pretty cool. We're able to outsource a lot of our work, and you and I are able to focus on the more important stuff, per se. For example, furniture shopping.
Yeah. No, it's not that. There's definitely nothing that's more
yeah.
important. It's just trying to...
Yeah, everything's important.
Everything's important. Yeah, it's just being able to do more. It's like time is money. We were out furniture shopping. Cody was in the ceiling, like running wires for our Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because
He used to work for Spectrum.
yeah, and what was I forgot what the other type of Wi-Fi provider is. Like, what is it called? There's another type of, it's like
The one they use in this building?
fiber. It's like
yeah.
fiber optics. I don't even know.
Oh,
but anyways, it was like bad. We couldn't use it, so we had to run our own cable. And luckily, your assistant used to be a Wi-Fi cable guy, so
Yeah.
he was fully capable in crawling in our ceilings today.
That was
which
awesome.
was sweet because
Yeah.
now we have Wi-Fi. And we've only been in here for like a couple days.
And
Yeah,
then we
I
were
learned
getting
a
our uploads on TikTok.
Yeah,
And then you were editing. And so it's like, it's crazy. It's called leverage.
Yeah.
The L word. Leverage is really important.
Shout out Cody too.
Yeah.
But anyways, hey, so Elon Musk pump faked and is buying Twitter again.
Pump faked.
You don't know what pump fake is? That's a sports reference. It's when you
No.
like
Don't watch sports.
it's in basketball when you go and you pretend to shoot the ball and
I like it.
the guard they go to block it and then they
okay.
jump over and then you shoot it. So he pretty much Elon said, "Oh, I'm going to buy Twitter." And they said, "Nope, not going to buy Twitter." And now he's like, "Oh, I'm buying Twitter again."
Okay.
So he's buying. So now he pretty much it was released on Bloomberg that he says he's going to buy Twitter again, and then the security was actually halted. And I actually pulled up a quote right here because Google can sometimes
They halted it.
Yeah. So
why? Because
and
it was
pretty much-
moving so much?
well,
Off
so
the
I
news?
kind of Googled it because Google definitions can better describe something word for word than I can. So stock halts protect investors by evening the odds, aside from ensuring all investors trade on the same material information. So that kind of plays into the efficient market hypothesis that it makes sure that everyone saw this information at the same time, and no one's acting on this information prior or unfairly. So it pretty much makes sure everyone's on the even playing field. So stock was halted and it shot up 22% because I'm pretty sure
He's really playing with Twitter at this point.
I know they're
Oh my word! Their company evaluation is. I feel like
it's
my
his
word.
new Dogecoin. It really is.
Yeah,
know, right?
seriously.
So he pretty much said he's going to renegotiate or re-enter the deal at $54.2 a share. So obviously, if they're trading lower than that, when you combine the stock and then if the transaction goes through, you'll get paid out to some degree as an owner of that certain security, Twitter. So stock surged, halted. Elon's just playing with Twitter.
Crazy.
Yeah, playing hard to get. I don't know. Pump faking, sports, whatever you want to call it. It's all over the maps. But
Neat.
yeah, interesting.
Well, we're drawing a blank here.
Yeah, this episode, honestly, guys, like this episode we're in transition mode. We have so much going on.
It's
We're
been stressful.
traveling.
The market, we haven't even really looked at the market this
I
week
know.
because we didn't have Wi-Fi.
we
There
did.
weren't power. We came in here Monday morning.
And-
the power was on, and then they shut it off.
And our computers were in unholy amounts. Can you throw me that right there? Cody went absolutely ham.
Yeah. What the?
Well, you see.
heavy.
Well, you
Why
see.
is
Like
there
this
saran wrap
This
around
is a
that?
solid object. This does not need to be saran wrapped. I don't know.
Everything was in like a foot thick of saran wrap.
Well, yeah, you couldn't even tell what anything was because Cody just bought like a.
Well, you see.
And it's
Cody-
stressful moving.
Cody lost his mind Friday night.
He did lose his mind.
Cody
He was
lost
there at
his mind.
4:30 in the morning through like 10 o'clock at night, just
Yep.
moving stuff.
And so everything in sight got wrapped
Yeah,
in wrap.
yeah.
Oh my
Just
word!
Yep.
really, really, really wrapped. So
But we didn't want to miss a week, and we're like, oh my god, okay, we got to film. Like we don't want to miss a week. We want to be consistent and stay with it. So we apologize if this episode hasn't been amazing. We promise there's many amazing episodes in store.
Yeah.
with great guests, like our last guest, which everyone loved, Sebastian, your friend. We got a great response from that episode. Go check it out if you have not yet.
Yeah, I was super excited on that episode. And our goal from now on with the professional studio is, we're actually gonna have a budget to fly out guests, right?
Yeah.
Guys from Wall Street, guys from down. There's a lot of traders now down in Miami, guys out in LA. So we're really stepping up the podcast game. View this episode as kind of a transition and for what's to come. And I'm glad we motivated. I'm glad we haven't missed a week yet.
No.
So let's keep this going.
And it's been how many months?
3
3 months. 3 months.
What were we ranking on Google? We rank like under finance podcasts.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Google is ranking this. It must be SEO or something, but I don't know. If you type up trading podcast on Google, I did this incognito, so there's no cookies. We're number like 34.
It's pretty good.
Which is pretty great. We've been a podcast for 3 months. Like our growth as a podcast is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We're not on a network or anything. Like
We're doing it all ourselves.
No sponsors.
Yeah.
We've seen podcasts, like trading podcasts with 200 episodes getting like 50 views.
Maybe not, like 100 views. So it's a hard niche to blow up in because not a lot of people want to take the time, like you guys, to actually learn about finance and stocks and crypto and whatnot. Because it's unless you're really dedicated to the industry, it's a hard thing to learn about.
And some of the trading podcasts, like no offense to anyone, but they're kind of dull and flat. But we're trying to have some fun. And
change the
let
game.
you guys know what it's like as full-time day traders. Everyone's coming along this journey as this company grows. It's very exciting. So I hope you guys did enjoy. And with that said, we will see you all next week in Montauk. We're going to have a very special guest on, our good friend and 45 years in the market, long-time veteran trader with a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. Come and share it with you guys.
I mean, this gentleman is absolutely brilliant, and the value that you guys are going to get out of this next episode is absolutely mind-boggling. So
subscribe, follow us,
like for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Later.
Bye-bye.